Okay, problem number 5 on the final review says, which is an equation of a parabola that has a directrix of y equals -5 and a focus at 2, -1. Now, this is a problem that my class didn't actually get to cover this material. There is a unit, a small unit on it at Khan Academy, and I'm putting up the link on the website for people who want to do an independent study of that. And I'm going to just talk over a couple things on the definitions here that will help. But there's actually a lot here that people do know. It's just a matter of the definition of directrix and focus. And once I cover that, there is enough information that most people should be able to, with the multiple choice, figure out what this equation is. Okay, so first off, we all know what a parabola is. It's sort of this U shape. Okay, some of us may not know what a directrix is, but we do know that if we're dealing with graphs, we know how to graph the equation y equals -5. You know, we learned a long time ago that that's going to give us a horizontal line, right? That's my x-axis, and here's my y-axis. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have this horizontal line at y equals -5. Okay, we don't know what a focus is, but we do know how to graph this point to -1 right there. Okay, so the big thing now, we also know there's a couple other things. We know when we're looking over here, all of these are in vertex form. Vertex form is y equals the general vertex form, where x minus h quantity squared plus k, right? And we know that in a vertex form that hk is going to be our vertex, our max or min, right? So if we can use these two bits of information to figure out what our max and our min, what our max or our min are, we're going to have some pretty good information to figure out which equation we have. Okay, so that's what we all know for sure. Now, the definition of a directrix and a focus. These are two things that whenever you have a parabola and you draw a line from the parabola to the focus, that's going to be a certain distance between the two. And then you draw a line perpendicular straight down to the directrix. Those two lines should be equal. So say I kind of do something like this, right? Say this is a point, then this line from here to the focus and this segment from here straight down perpendicular to the directrix should be equal. And that should happen all along the parabola. That is the definition of a parabola, actually. Now, we can use that information very easily to find the max or min, because one of the things we actually know is that the focus, if we draw a vertical line through the focus straight down to the directrix, perpendicular with the directrix, we know the vertex is going to fall halfway in between these two things along this line, because it needs to be equal distances. So we know that the vertex actually has to happen right here. It has to happen halfway between the directrix and the focus. So that's 1, 2 down, because the 1, 2 on this side. So we now know our vertex is at 2, -3. Now with that information alone, we can look over here and we can cross off, remember h, so that means we're going to now have an equation that has to read, now we don't know what a is yet, but we know that h is 2, right? And k is -3, or we can just say -3, right? Remember, we talked about taking the opposite of the x value and keeping the y value the same. Okay, so let's look at what we can cross off now, just knowing that much. Well, can't be D. Could be C, right? The -2 and the -3. Can't be B. Can't be A. Okay, so we now have enough information to answer this question. So that's actually just understanding that the vertex, or the max or min, has to be halfway between the focus and the directrix is enough information to solve this problem.